Long time no see. Long time no see. Long time no see. You already know it's your Tech Princess, your favorite host. Welcome to another exclusive edition of Crowns and Tea with your favorite mean girl, your fabulous, most sweetest Tech Princess, envy me greatly, baby. And that was ddatebeast.com. You heard me. All right, you guys. So we're dropping another episode. Don't tell me I can't tell you what episode and season it is or whatever. We no longer keep up with the numbers. Had over 2,000 really important like tutorials, flag. You understand or whatever. So we're not gonna get into that. We're trying to keep it tight. And this episode shall be dropping on Wednesday's Wisdom or Wisdom Wednesdays. And we're still gonna do our wacky Wednesdays, you feel me? Y'all might hear my chair squeak and do all the other stuff as I keep on reminding you. You see the title. How do you feel when you leave certain type of spaces? That's the important. That's one Q&A, and we also have another one scrolling down below at the bottom. So you're officially tuned into Crowns and Tea podcast with Envy Me Greatly. Q&A is total toxicity and lack of personal accountability, more quote unquote popular by demand. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments, that is. And keep in mind, these are pre-recorded videos, you guys. I would just like to make that disclaimer for ethics and integrity purposes, basically, okay? So did you leave spaces more motivated and self-driven despite when truth so-called hurts? Or are you leaving more toxic and broken than you came? That is the important question. And we're speaking to the audience. Most will leave more broken, which eventually spills into their personal lives. So you have individuals celebrating, you know what I'm saying, not being able to maintain a relationship or not being able to maintain a marriage because they still want to be out there. And do not say that they are for the streets. Not even the streets want Jezebels. Not even the streets want clowns. Once again, you see it scrolling down at the bottom. Is total toxicity and lack of personal accountability and or responsibility, more quote unquote popular by demand. And we'll let the audience decide. Let's continue. Give me 1 second. Generally, social media is a temporary escape for those who feel so entitled and they fake believe the toxic messages, rumors, lies, or gossip that they spew will go unchecked. And that isn't how it works in this thing called reality. In real social worlds, no matter the profession or space. So these sheep and zombies are going to be in for a real reality check. What do you guys think? Speaking of entitlement, keep it in mind, there are rare exceptions to the rule. And we see plenty of these rare exceptions to the rule. They are newcomers to YouTube. They are individuals who are real professionals. Some have retired out of the game. Professionalism, that is, the professional realms. And we already named the spaces or whatever, from mathematics to science to, you know what I'm saying, psychology to counseling to case management and all of those great things, you guys, etc., etc. So there are rare exceptions to the rule, and a few of them are also influencers. Let's continue. Individuals who do not know what the concept of close-knit family ties and jewels feel like are under some false impression they deserve every single thing in life which they cannot themselves offer to themselves nor offer to others. Make it make sense. Majority feel as though because they don't know what genuine love without hustling and jive talking feels like. We're talking about the poverty, the pimps, y'all. Don't want to be pimps, want to be something like a pimps. So the hustling and jive talking feels like the world somehow owes them something, mister. And the world does not, and neither does society, basically. Majority are so delusional they attempt to justify certain out of control behaviors. Make it make sense. Like when people have good support groups or non-shut jobbing networks, they would mislabel them as boule, or they fake believe others don't want them to work as hard. In reality, we want the lazies to work just as hard as other individuals have worked during, our times and prior to our mere existence, if not harder. All right, they also feel as though others don't put in the grit, blood, the sweat, the tears into various types of crafts, basically. And that can mean artistry, any other types of creativity. We don't care if you're sitting up there making beats. We don't care if you're making bows, using yarn, homesteading, etc., etc. Knitting, you guys, that's what it's called. And this is bias and it's an illusion. So sheep and zombies are going to be in for a real wake-up call, basically. Once again, Q&A is total toxicity and lack of personal accountability and or responsibility, more quote-unquote popular by demand. Sheep and zombies only tend to feel as though that it is because they look at the numbers. It's all about the numbers to them or whatever, because it's all about the Benjamins. It's not about real self-development. It's not about real self-growth. It's not about, about self-checking yourself. It's not about creating real opportunities. It's not about passing the baton. It's not about, it's not about all of those positive things. No, darlings. It seems like people say things to make themselves feel better or to provide lazy excuses as it relates to them not being as far in life as they would like to. And it all falls back on each individual. It doesn't fall back on society. It doesn't fall back on the entire world, nor the universe. It's always been like that for centuries and decades after decades after decades. Keeping in mind, there are a few rare exceptions to the rule. And we see a lot of that in these YouTube streets. And that's what separates the frauds, the fake peaches, that separates them from the individuals who truly put in the grit, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the work, truly put in the dedication wholeheartedly. And many while working 9 to 5s, you guys. When it comes to generational wealth of any kind, people be like, well, they didn't work for it, etc., 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 just making excuses. But you can sit up there and use several individuals who are now like millionaires, or several individuals who are in fact making 6-figure types of income, but they do not leave with their wallets because they are not clowns. Real men do not leave with wallets. But even back in the day when individuals, if they inherited certain types of money, they were able to reinvest, not in only a business, but reinvest in themselves, you guys. And that's the important thing. That's the important thing about it. Reinvesting in yourselves, even when and if no one else believes in you. And I hope I'm not being too loud. Cut it. Well, those who inherit XYZ still must be self-driven, still must know what leadership, real leadership, genuine leadership looks like, still must know what genuine, organic organization looks like. They create blue or pink prints and execute plans by putting them into motion, not whining, not decrying that, oh, it's hard, but putting the plans into motion, which requires real action, basically. Individuals still have to be the brand and the model behind any given types of real business. Keep in mind, just because you own a black business or any other type of business, it doesn't means that you always have to be the face of the business. And we learned that from different types of businessmen and or women. You do not necessarily have to, showcase, yes, I'm the owner of this or whatever. People does not care because money all spends the exact same. Cut it. Black owned, etc., etc. I never seen any other types of other businessmen and or women who are non-black promote their business specifically like that, because it's all about the Benjamins at the end of the day. It's all about economics, and we all know that money, moolah, makes the world go round. Matter of fact, sometimes you never know who owns this or that. And that's why it's important to not step on people's toes unnecessarily, basically. Not spread vicious lies. And we don't call it rumors. They're outright lies against individuals, whether they are celebrities or regular people. Because remember, whatever they do to them, celebrities, they will also attempt to do to you. This is why I always encourage people to go into any given type of situation with a clean slate and a clear and open mind, meaning any type of unnecessary radicalization can affect your business. It can affect your mental health. It can affect your well-being, basically. I've never seen any real business owner, no matter the color and or creed, get rich or acquire wealth by being totally fixated on color, as money is constant. It all spins the same, you guys. Now, the value of money it's a variable. It can fluctuate and change depending upon markets and or interest rates, basically. And I'm going to stop right there. So Q&A, this was like full of a mixture of like random discussions, but important questions to beg. Q&A is total toxicity and lack of personal accountability and or responsibility, more quote unquote popular by demand. Let us know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. This has been another exclusive episode of Crowns and Tea with you. Your fabulous, my sweetest tech princess, envy me greatly. And you just know, probably suspended and permanently banned from Twitter, baby. And that was the greatest thing to ever happen to me. You dig? Let's go. Yeah. Get out here. Get out here.